Hi, so this video is for Advanced Ballistics 200, Week 1, Assignment 1. My name's Tom Malone, and I'm a student in Advanced Ballistics. So part 1 of the assignment is to talk about the basic terms associated with the ballistics table. And those terms are range, which means the distance to the target, velocity, the speed of the projectile coming out of the rifle or the pistol, energy measured in foot-pounds, how much energy is generated by the projectile, trajectory, which would mean the actual arc of the bullet between it coming from the muzzle of the gun and getting to the target. Wind, wind effects, whether it's a crosswind, headwind, tailwind, how the wind pushes that projectile in any direction and how you would compensate for it. Basically, part 2 talks about, what is the function of the table, the ballistic table. The ballistic table function is to give the shooter a good reference on how a particular bullet, specific to weight, will perform with some known variables, like whatever, if you calculated in the altitude of 5,000 feet and a crosswind of 5 miles an hour at 200 yards, that is what the ballistics table is going to give you. It'll help you compensate for some of those variables. Again, it's really an estimation because no crosswind is going to stay at 5 miles an hour or 6.5 miles an hour consistently. So then it would be kind of hard for you to, every shot's going to have its individual performance, but a ballistics table will help you with your determination on how you have to adjust your sighting system or change the angle, whether you're shooting uphill or downhill. Ballistics table for that particular round and particular bullet weight coming out of that particular length of barrel will give you some solid numbers to make your adjustments by, to make your best and most accurate shot that you can. When would a ballistics table be useful? Well, if you're not familiar with the area you're shooting in, particularly if you're hunting and you don't know how your round is going to perform because you haven't had a chance to shoot it in those atmospheric conditions. Let's say you've been shooting on the plains of Kansas for the last 5 years and you're going to take a trip up and shoot mountain elk in Colorado or Washington State, where you're higher up, the altitude's higher, you got more crosswinds and vertical winds, your atmospheric pressures are different, the temperature is going to be different, the humidity is going to be different. All those things are good to know, and you can punch in to zero in your rifle when you're shooting in an area that you haven't shot before. But it's not very useful if you already know all your atmospherics and you have your load down and you're never changing the weight of the bullet or the charge that pushes the bullet out, and the atmospherics are steady. So it's good as a guide and a reference to help you set your rifle up to zero, but there's nothing better than setting your rifle up for zero for the conditions that you're going to shoot in. But a ballistics table will help you get in closer and not waste a lot of rounds. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you.